Chapter 128. Dugu Lin. This chapter is updated by novels.pl. Kai Ming-hai was irritated thoroughly and rushed out. Who did you say make no attempt to make progress? Do you dare to fight against me? That freshman from Eastern Campus sneered, and looking with the corner of his eyes, said, "Your cultivation is too weak. You are not qualified to fight against me." Hearing that, the female students in Western Campus got indignant, with anger on their faces, and thought that the freshman was too arrogant. Kai Ming-hai was at least among the top 10 of the freshmen in Western Campus, but he had been insulted. Was that not an embarrassment for the Western Campus? Clash. Kai Ming-hai was at the end of his forbearance and he pulled out his 2-meter Yan war knife. He held the handle of his sword and transferred genuine chi into the sword, pulling out a long sword light. He swiped towards that freshman of Eastern Campus. The freshman chuckled as if he was waiting for Kai Ming-hai's attack. Good. The freshman immediately straightened out a finger and condensed his pure genuine chi to his fingertip. All of a sudden, a column of sword breath flew out from his fingertip. Boom! The sword breath knocked against Kai Ming-hai's sword and made a loud noise. The Yan war knife was flung away. Kai Ming-hai's arms were shocked into numbness, and he felt like his 5 fingers were broken. Suddenly, he was dazzled by a human shadow passing through. The freshman had kicked 1 foot on Kai Ming-hai's chest before he could even respond. Slap! The sound of a bone fracture was sent out loudly. Kai Ming-hai was spitting blood, and after being catapulted out like a broken kite, laid on the ground without any power to stand up. Looking at Kai Ming-hai who was lying on the ground, the freshman shook his head. I thought that the male students in Western Campus were just inferior, so they were not as good as the female students. However, given what happened right now, I realize that they can't even think, and they are too impulsive. All the students from Western Campus were astonished by the fact that Kai Ming-hai, a top 10 student among the freshmen, was seriously injured by his opponent with just 2 strikes. Were all the freshmen of Eastern Campus so strong? Western Campus lost a master before the freshman joint contest had begun, and its morale was greatly reduced. Shocked by that freshman's power, all the freshmen of Western Campus became upset. One of them said angrily, "You are so vicious. Today is the 4-campus new students martial competition. But you hurt him seriously. How can he join the competition?" That freshman jeered. Everybody saw it clearly. "It was he who attacked me first and I fought back. Can you blame me? He was too impulsive, so I just taught him a lesson." For him, that is also a good thing. The deputy headmaster and several seniors did not intervene. They just stood by and watched. It was not a bad thing if a freshman could put down the morale of Western Campus. Liu Chengfeng shouted, "It's not great for the top freshman of Eastern Campus to defeat a freshman of the Western Campus. Does he have the ability to defeat the top freshman of Western Campus?" "What? He is the top freshman of Eastern Campus. It is Dugu Lin, who is the top freshman of Eastern Campus. No wonder he's so powerful." Dugu Lin is powerful, but our top freshman, Zhang Yuochen, is not bad. Zhang Yuochen's talent must be higher than Dugu Lin's, but his cultivation is still too weak, so he can't beat Dugu Lin. That's right. Zhang Yuochen is too young. If he practices for 2 more years, he perhaps will defeat him easily. But right now, he can't. The handsome Dugu Lin stood with his hands crossed behind his back and laughed. "I have heard there was a great genius in the Western Campus. Unfortunately, there has been no opportunity to see. Junior fellow apprentice Zhang, do you dare to fight against me? So arrogant." It was a provocation. At that moment, everyone gazed toward Zhang Yuochen. Some were worried, but others were eager to see Zhang Yuochen attack and suppress his arrogance and vent that male student's spleen. 9th brother, Kai Ming-hai was so impetuous that he landed into Dugu Lin's trap and got a serious injury. You shouldn't act on impulse like him. Dugu Lin is invincible in the 4 campuses as his cultivation has reached the peak of the final state of the Black Realm. If you lose at his hands, the morale of the Western Campus would be completely ruined. Everyone was able to realize that Dugu Lin planned to sap the Western Campus's morale before the joint contest had even begun. He attempted to thoroughly ruin the Western Campus morale by forcing Zhang Yuochen to fight against him. All the truth was clear, but Zhang Yuochen had no choice. If he refused, the whole Western campus would be regarded as cowards by the other three campuses. Zhang Yuochen walked out among the crowd with a smile on his face and stood in front of Dugu Lin. Elder brother Dugu, you deserve to be a young outstanding figure. It's said that you defeated a master of the top 10 of the Eastern campus not long ago. It is really admirable. Hearing Zhang Yuochen call himself junior fellow apprentice, the students of the Western campus became unhappy and thought that he brought the Western campus shame. Because, in the school of the martial market, the stronger one was elder brother, while the weaker one was junior fellow apprentice. And they did not call the other elder brother unless there was a huge gap between their age and they had to show respect. However, in the face of Dugu Lin's provocation, Zhang Yuochen not only called him elder brother, but also spoke so highly of him. What Zhang Yuochen had done made students of the Western campus consider him a coward and think he had led the Western campus to disgrace. Even Huang Yanxian clenched her fists out of anger, and wanted to give him a hard beating. Seeing that, Juan Muxingling quickly grasped her sleeve and said, "Sister Chen, calm down and just wait for the show." As the saying goes, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Huang Yanxian hummed coldly and stared at Zhang Yuochen. She thought that if Zhang Yuochen could not help the school to earn face, then she must kick him out of Dragon Martial Temple. The freshmen of the Eastern campus all began to laugh when they heard Zhang Yuochen call Dugu Lin elder brother. One of them sneered, "The top freshman really knows the trends of the times. I like people like that. Whosoever understands the times is a great man." Ha ha. I heard that the freshman's comprehensive quality of Western campus ranked second. It's a strong enemy of our Eastern campus. Now, my worries are completely unnecessary, laughed Xungihai, the top master of Eastern campus. And he also was a warrior of Division Profound and ranked 14th on the Profound board. Aside from Liu Shuihan, the other external disciple of the schools of the four campuses could not defeat him. Looking at Zhang Yuochen, Dugu Lin said with a smirk, "I'm 4 years older than junior fellow apprentice Zhang. It's only right and proper that he calls me elder brother." "But why is that funny?" Zhang Yuochen said, "Young people call older people elder brothers, which is the respect of young people for the elderly. Now, when young people want to be elder brother, what should they do?" Dugu Lin laughed, "Of course, beat older people through their own strength." All of a sudden, Dugu Lin realized what he really meant, and asked seriously, "Do you want to be an elder brother?" Zhang Yuochen said, "To practice martial arts, one needs to keep working and outperform predecessors while respecting them. Am I right, elder brother Dugu?" "Okay. If you have the ability to defeat me, I am willing to call you elder brother." Dugu Lin was confident about his cultivation, but he did not underestimate Zhang Yuochen, so he reached the best fighting state by operating genuine qi inside his body. Zhang Yuochen said, "If you can withstand one single strike of mine, I'm willing to give in. We both fight for the honor of our campuses. I will unleash first." After that, Dugu Lin saw Zhang Yuochen, who stood 33 meters away, become two human shadows and dash toward him so fast. Dugu Lin's countenance changed and he condensed fire genuine qi to his palms. He opened his arms and attacked toward the two shadows with his fire palms. Dragon shape and elephant shadow. The two shadows released palms and the sound broke out of the dragon and elephant roaring together. The left Zhang Yuochen unleashed the dragon claw hand, while the right released the elephant palm. Bang, bang. Dugu Lin had his arms broken with the sound of bones breaking when he received Zhang Yuochen's two palms. He stepped back 10 meters and spat out blood. Zhang Yuochen retreated his palms and looked at Dugu Lin, whose arms drooped. "Elder brother Dugu, are we going to continue?" His arms were fractured, and half of his body was numb with pain. He had no strength to fight. Everyone in the Eastern campus was rather shocked, and as their smiles disappeared, they were speechless for a long time. Dugu Lin was defeated by only one single strike. Xungihai hummed cold, "Zhang Yuochen, you attacked so hard. You have broken his arms. How is he going to take part in the joint competition?" Zhang Yuochen glanced at Xungihai and answered with the words Dugu Lin had said, "Elder brother Dugu should get through some setbacks. For him, that is also a good thing." Everyone in Western campus was excited and cheered. He unleashed hard when he attacked Kaiming High. Didn't he? "You're only allowed to attack, but don't allow us to fight back. Everyone witnessed what happened. It's a fair battle. Dugu Lin was a coward and weaker than elder brother Zhang. Zhenghe gazed coldly and showed the powerful momentum of martial arts. He glared at the students of the Western campus, and finally, he looked toward Zhang Yuochen. Zhenghe, lose the game. But don't lose face. Do you want to try? Huang Yanchen was also very happy as Zhang Yuochen eventually gave vent to the Western campus anger and let the Eastern campus see the strength of the Western campus. Zhenghe calmed down and said, Huang Yanchen, I know about your power upgrade and that you rank 31st on the profound board, yet, you still can't defeat me. We can compete with each other in the intermediate relic exploration test in 2 months. I am waiting. Huang Yanjin touched her chin and sneered. AI,